Introducing your Pittsburgh Penguins Elite.
Squishy Evans, number 1, St. Killian Parish School. Squishy says, no, 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 no. Enza Vickers, number 2, St. Charles. Ina number 5, Chartiers Valley. Let's win it, boys.
Grayson Baru, number 14. I go to Elwood City Area School District. Bye.
Lennon Bloom, 22. Nature Boy Elementary.
Ooh!
Ryan Schweitzer, number 23. Hayne Elementary School. Bang!
Finn Bowen, number 26, and I go to Eden Hall Upper Elementary. And I got hands.
Austin Kumnick, number 34, Hayne Elementary.
Brady Dixon, 36, in Gamar Elementary School, laying the boom.
I'm Sammy Brushett, number 48, and I go to Hayne Middle School.
Ryan Laura, number 61, Hayne Middle School.
Luca Zacci, number 83, Mars Area Centennial School, and I shoot bombs from the blue line.
Danny Foster, 88, Mercer Elementary School.
This is my house. Nathan Goldberg, 97, Level Green Elementary School, and I hit lasers.
Good afternoon, Swirly Nation. And welcome back to the University of Notre Dame for today's third game of the CCM Notre Dame Shootout. A contest between Honeybaked and your Pittsburgh Penguins Elite. We're excited to have you join us here from the beautiful University of Notre Dame in South Bend, Indiana. Today's starting lineup is brought to you by the Trading Table at the Lemieux Sports Complex. In net number 1, the Squish Tender, Squishy Evans. On defense, 88, Danny Foster, and 83, Luke Gazzacci, your forwards. 26, Finn Bowen, 23, Ryan Schweitzer, and 61, Ryan Lohr, the Ryan Twins. Early first period action here as Honeybaked controls the puck at center ice, goes D to D at their own blue line. And we gathered in and advanced to the Penguins' blue line where it's spun in and off the stick of Foligno. Behind the Penguins' net we go. He'll rim it around for the wing, Baru. Baru able to wedge it out to center, no further. It'll be sent back in by Honeybaked. Honeybaked will play it behind the Penguins' net where Foligno goes back to pick it up. He advances it looking for Goldberg, and it'll be a battle in the corner. Penguins dislodge the puck and send it up the wall, but right there's a Honeybaked player to put it back to the corner where he'll be defended by Kumnick. Kumnick to Goldberg. Goldberg rims it around for Lewarchuk. It's out of his reach, kept at the blue line by Honeybaked. As Honeybaked controls a bit of the second shift here. It's dumped all the way down to the Honeybaked zone where the four checkers, that's Lore and Lewarchuk. It'll be an icing here on Honeybaked. So the Pens will complete that line change they were in the middle of. And it'll be an offensive zone face-off. Thank you all for joining us here. A beautiful 12:30 start. We're a little early. It's 12:26. Not too many times do we run ahead of schedule, but we are right now. So 12:26 as we get fired up here. It's 0-0 first period action, 13 minutes to play. We're on the auxiliary rink at the beautiful Compton Family Ice Arena as Landon Bloom, who had an HT in his last game, picks the puck up and puts it into the corner looking for Schweitzer, who had quite a few assists on those Bloom goals yesterday. Angled off along the wall by Dixon as Honeybaked will pop it back into the Penguin corner to be picked up there and nudged further by Zachi. To the corner we battle. It looks like Schweitzer in there digging as it's coming off the corner. It'll be Honeybaked winning the puck battle and shooting one wide of the squish tender. A centering feed deflects off a Penguins defenseman right to the point man, but the Pens will disrupt that. It's Lore getting it up to Schweitzer. Schweitzer going full jersey tuck, it looks like, for this one as he moves it over to Lore. His shot to the short side, kicked away by the Honeybaked goaltender as the Penguins get their first scoring opportunity. Pressure by Bloom. And Honeybaked will take the puck away and come up through center. There's Zachi to gain control. He'll find Goldberg. Goldberg into the offensive zone. He's got Baru streaking on the left-hand side. Vickers following in the high slot for support. Vickers will actually dive in behind the net with the rest of the Penguin contingent. 3 Penguins behind the cage as Baru plays it back to the point. No one home as the Pens were changing defensemen there. Honeybaked will track it down in the Pens and a cross-ice feed. Tied up nicely by Foster in front was the backdoor player. And Honeybaked will control back in the Penguins' end. They try to come out from behind the cage. It's wedged further by Vickers. Vickers up the wall for Goldberg. Goldberg unable to get control. So it'll be knocked back into the Pens' end before being cleared by Kumnick. Honeybaked possesses through center, weaving into the Penguin zone. Defended by Foster. A shot up over the glove hand side of the squish tender. That one missed the net by only inches as they were able to drive the whole way into the circle there. Honeybaked will control now on the half wall, trying to spin one in to dump it. It'll be picked off by Foster and sent all the way back out for Lore to track down in the Honeybaked zone. No icing here as he was quick enough to get to it. Has it just roll off of his stick in the corner and back comes Honeybaked. Honeybaked weaving through center into the Penguin zone, winding up all the way to the corner. He'll go. A centering pass comes through. It's cleared to the area behind the cage by the Pens defense where they try to set up a breakout to Lore. Now it's Honeybaked right in front. Puck pops free. There's Bloom getting to it. And he'll take 1, 2, 3 whacks. And we'll get a call. So the Penguins will head to the power play, the first power play of the game here with 10-11 to play in period number 1. It'll be a minute and a half for a trip on Honeybaked's 71 Ashley. Penguins on the Seven Fields Wealth Management power play here. It'll be Bloom, Bowen, Lore, Foligno, and Dixon. A shot from Dixon in on net, and the rebound is put home! 61. Ryan Lore taps the rebound home and gives the Penguins a 1-0 lead. Johnny on the spot. The Dixon shot from the point. Lore right in front to clean up the rebound and give it a little tap, tap, tapperoo, beating the goaltender to the low blocker side and giving your Penguins a 1-0 lead. A Seven Fields Wealth Management power play goal. You want performance like that from your financial planning, go see our friends at Seven Fields Wealth Management. Penguins dump it in behind the Honeybaked zone. Honeybaked will run a controlled break out to the right around Felino. Back is Baru to defend. A shot comes in. It'll be off the side of the cage. Rebound picked up by Honeybaked, bodied by Baru to free up the puck. He'll get it to himself. Tries to cut back into the middle, right to a Honeybaked player. Backdoor feed, broken up by the stick of Dixon. Honeybaked with good puck movement early here. Dixon will battle in the corner as two guys work for that puck. He'll work it up the wall looking for Bowen. It comes out off Squish, side of the net. Onto the net, actually, where it's dug out by Felino. Back to the point it comes, driving right down Main Street, firing a backhander in. Squish comes around to challenge a shot that sails wide to the cage. It'll be picked up on the wall by Bloom. Bloom tries a stretch play as Bowen was headed up ice. That'll elude everybody, and it'll be picked up by Honeybaked. And the Honeybaked defender falls down and into his goaltender, so Baru is able to get there. He centers one. It'll come back to the point for Zachi. He fans on the shot, and it'll be a breakaway for Honeybaked. In on the Squish tender, working forehand to backhand, and he goes full splitsies and says, no, 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 no! As the Penguins clear the zone. Furious early game action here. 8:22 to play in the first. Your Pens lead 1-0 on a power play goal by Ryan Lohr. As the Pens pop it back to the Honeybaked end. It's put up off the wall, gathered in at center by Foster. He'll dump it all the way to the Honeybaked corner where Schweitzer going full Yager jersey tuck. It's rimmed around to the point for Zachi. Zachi tries to go back down the wall. That'll be picked off, and it's a time of 2-on-1. Kumnik directing traffic. Zachi on the back check. Shot sails wide to the blocker side. Kumnik able to tie a man up, get control. He's challenged immediately. Honeybaked takes it right back. That pass intercepted by Zachi. It'll be off the stick of Bowen and out to center. Bloom and Schweitzer pressure the breakout attempt as Honeybaked's going to ice it here, and we'll go all the way back to the Honeybaked end. 1-0 Pens Elite lead here in the first. Thanks for joining us on Cinnamon Swirl TV. Make sure you subscribe below. We appreciate every one of our phenomenal almost 650 subscribers. As we stream to you all over the globe, the U.S. and Canada, every single game watched in those two countries for sure. We also have Spain, South Korea. I believe some people in China watch through VPNs in South Korea, so we appreciate all of you guys. It'll be Felino to the corner, back to the point for Vickers. Vickers fakes the D-to-D play, goes back to the corner looking for Luarchuk. It'll be up the wall, crashing down is the Penguin forward Vickers from the point spot, able to dislodge it to Goldberg. Goldberg possesses and kind of goes down to a knee there under pressure. As Honeybaked's able to spin it back out the center, they'll do a little dump and change. Well, more chase than change as they send two forecheckers in, and Penguins able to work it up to Bowen. Bowen found Vickers. It goes off of the skate, and Honeybaked's back in on a 3-on-2. Shot up high and over the cage of the Squish tender. Picked up by Honeybaked. The centering feed comes across. Bowen will get to it, tapping it out to center ice, where Honeybaked will look to regroup. The Honeybaked defense goes off the wall, shooting it actually into the Penguins bench. And it'll be a face-off at the Honeybaked blue line. We're coming to you live here from the Compton Ice Center. This is the auxiliary rink, an Olympic-size sheet of ice. If you look just past the player benches is the main arena. Behind that wall, we will bring you a game from there tomorrow. As a shot skips in on Squish from the blue line, it'll be picked up by Dixon. Dixon up to Bowen. Bowen tried to go cross ice to Lohr. It's picked off by Honeybaked, and they're right back in the Pens' end. Honeybaked's done a good job of controlling play here as Squish makes the first save and knocks it out of the air with a high stick. It will be no goal. The Penguin goaltender able to make a blocker side save, and it was whacked out of midair over his shoulder. very clearly is on the replay here, a stick well above the crossbar, and it will be no goal. A great hand-eye coordination by that young man, though. I hope he's a lacrosse player. Schweitzer ties up the face-off. Honeybaked will get in there and win it. It'll go off the stick of Bowen on a cross-ice feed, but it'll get there nonetheless. Dixon tracking with a forward back check there. As two players come together in the corner, it's rimmed around where Zachi tries to get control. He's able to get it over to Schweitzer. Schweitzer has it poked off of his stick. It's center, and back comes Honeybaked. Penguins lead 1-0, but Honeybaked's had the territorial advantage through the first 10 minutes of play. A centering pass bounces through the middle of the off defensive zone there for the Pens. Lohr will pick it up, getting it out the center, and streaking in is Schweitzer. Schweitzer will shoot one, and he finds the logo of the Honeybaked netminder. To the corner we go for Lowarchuk. Lowarchuk battling, now Baru. Baru and Lowarchuk. It's Lowarchuk looking to go back towards Baru. It's spun back up the wall by Honeybaked, tap to the middle, and they'll run a breakout from there. Pressure coming immediately from Goldberg, able to keep things in. Wraps it around behind where Baru skips to the puck. A shot comes in, tries to center it. It goes off a player to the corner for Schweitzer. Schweitzer, centering pass. Had Dixon. Dixon will put it back in the corner. I'm not sorry, that's not Schweitzer, that's Lowarchuk. Now Zachi. Zachi keeps it the blue line, and he's got room. He'll wind, he'll fire, and it's right into that logo a second time. As crashing into the crease area was Baru. Not making contact, so no reason for shoving or pushing or any of that to occur. And it'll be an offensive zone draw for the Penguins to the left of the Honeybaked goaltender. It'll be Bloom to take the draw. Looking for Lohr off the face-off. It'll be Bloom getting to the puck. He'll shoot short side. That's kicked out. Rebound picked up by Bloom. He switches with Schweitzer. Schweitzer back to Bloom. A centering pass looking for Lohr. Defended well. It'll be Bloom getting there. He's knocked down on the play, and back come the Honeybaked Hams. Up to the blue line, but not out. Kept by Lohr. Now the Penguins look to assert some territorial advantage. Honeybaked will try the other side. Two players collide in front of the net. Foster picks it off at center. Penguins have a player in offside as Lohr gets there. He'll go off the boards, and just as Bloom cleared, so no ice or no offsides on the play. Honeybaked ends up with control though. Off a player, stick right to Foster. Foster to Lohr. Lohr around to forward into the middle for Goldberg. He kicks at it. They're in onsides, but it's taken right back by Honeybaked as the puck was in his skates. It'll be a 3-on-2 here for Honeybaked. Shot comes in and skips wide of the goaltender. It'll be Baru getting to it, lifting a stick. Vickers there in support. Great play there by the Penguins to exit the zone. All the way to the corner for Honeybaked. A centering pass misses Goldberg. Comes out to the point for Foligno. It's past him, and in comes a Honeybaked player. Foster able to get back one-on-one, stick on puck, and the caught puck by the Penguin goaltender, Sir Squish. Will freeze it, and the Pens will have a D-zone draw, this time to the left of the Squish tender. It'll be Vickers on the face-off. It's dislodged over for Foligno. Tapped by the Honeybaked defense to elude the stick of Baru. He'll get to it anyway as he kind of backs up into the offensive zone. Onside play as Goldberg comes away with it. Tries to pull it through the defender. Tapped that by the Honeybaked forward. Popped up in the air but not out as it's controlled by Goldberg. He'll get it to the half wall where Honeybaked will be the first one there. A breakout pass up the wall is through everyone and down the ice. It's icing if it's far enough. No, not icing. Not icing is the call. A centering feed on the back check. Baru getting control is Foligno, and he'll lead a 2-on-2 up through center into the Honeybaked zone as he cuts to the middle, crisscrossing with Goldberg. Goldberg kind of delays, waiting for the puck, and Honeybaked able to knock it away. Into the offensive zone, a 3-on-2 comes Honeybaked. A shot in on Squish, who's able to glove and hold it as it sits on top of the catching mitt. Not quite how they draw it up, but we'll take it. And the faceoff will come to the left of the Penguins net. Bloom to take the draw. He's got Lohr and Bowen with him. Faceoff won by Honeybaked back to the point, and they'll dump it to the corner. Penguins Zachy doing a good job seeing the guy on the back door. Battle along the wall. Now it's Bloom. Knocked to the ice. Honeybaked will come away with it. Foster will follow on. A centering pass goes behind the cage. It'll be Zachy, the first one there. He's got some mitts, and he pops it right around the Honeybaked forward on the forecheck. But the clearing attempt is picked off by Honeybaked. They'll wind, they'll fire. Squish makes the save and kicks it to the side. Now Bloom taking a pass from Lohr. He'll crisscross with Bowen. Bowen tried to kind of hold up at the blue line, so things got disjointed. It'll go the whole way to the corner for Honeybaked to start a bit of a breakout here. Out through center they come. And we get a delayed penalty here. A hold coming on Landon Bloom. The deuce headed to the sin bin for a minute and a half. So the Pens will have their opportunity on a penalty kill here. Minute and 4 left in the period. That's the clock will go by. A minute and 4 left in the first period. Penguins lead 1-0 on a power play goal. A centering pass off the skate of a Honeybaked forward off the draw. Sent back around behind Honeybaked to look to set up the power play. Kubnik kicks the puck to the corner. Falling down the Honeybaked forward as he centers a puck, and it'll be worked back to the point for a shot. That's blocked by Foligno, but it sits in his feet. Gathered in by Honeybaked, and it'll get through Squish on the power play. It sat in the feet of the Penguins defender as the goaltender tries to track it. It was picked up by Honeybaked, and that's a tough play. So the Penguins give up a power play goal this time. Vickers set to take the face-off. Whacks it over to Lowarchuk, who gives it right to a streaking Honeybaked forward who tries to split the defense, but Kubnik there to send it to the corner. It'll be Foligno picking it up for Vickers. Vickers unable to get control. A centering pass is cut off by Kubnik, and he'll lead the rush this time. It's a 3-on-2 for the Penguins. Another odd man rush here for Pittsburgh, and we still didn't get a pass off. Kubnik carries it all the way to the corner for Vickers. Sending it back to the point, it'll be Foligno. Foligno winds and fires, and it deflects just wide of the net. It'll be Baru getting to it. Baru reverses for Lowarchuk. Behind for Vickers. And that horn will sound, and that'll end the first period. A 1-1 first period of play here from Notre Dame. We'll be back for the second. Welcome back. Compton Ice Arena on the campus of the University of Notre Dame. 2 power play goals have us knotted at 1 as we begin the second period. We'll throw 15 minutes on the clock. Early territorial advantage, I think, belonging to Honeybaked here in this one. But the Pens have had their chances. And they're defending those backside passes pretty well in this game. Doing a good job keeping Honeybaked kind of to the outside. A couple Penguin errors really created a couple Honeybaked chances. There's a turnover as the Pens try to exit the zone, and a save by the squish tender. We'll have a face-off in the Penguins' defensive zone. It'll be Enzo Vickers leaning over the face-off dot. Penguins able to exit the zone, and Honeybaked will put it back in on an offside play. Face-off won by the Pens, swiped up by Goldberg. It'll be gathered in by the Honeybaked defense, who goes D to D, and they'll enter the right side of the Penguin zone. A shot attempt blocked by back pressure by Luarchuk. Puck's rimmed around for Goldberg. He taps it by, and Goldberg breaks free. He's got Vickers going with him as well as Luarchuk. He'll try to go pass off pads there as his shot's kicked to the corner. Penguins had a potential 3-on-1 there. And Honeybaked will get control and swipe it all the way into the Penguins' end for an icing. And we'll get line changes on both sides here as we switch to the opposite side. You're watching Cinnamon Swirl TV. Please make sure you subscribe below. Subscribe below. We appreciate you. Honeybaked in black today. Black uniforms with the script Honeybaked across the chest. As a Pitt fan, I like that script logo. They're in. And a shot from Dixon at the point. Has eyes and goes through. And just like French fries on a sandwich, there's nothing more Pittsburgh than a Penguins goal. Brady Dixon from the point gives the Penguins a 2-1 lead here in the second. Schweitzer on the draw, wins it back. We'll get to the jerseys here again. Honeybaked in that black and gold, kind of the older Penguin style gold, not the new. Black pants, black socks, black buckets, gold and white striping on everything. The Penguins in their reverse retro whites, the white jerseys with Pittsburgh on the chest, going from right shoulder to left hip. Black pants, white socks, black and gold stripes, and the iconic gold. Pens Elite helmets, it's Ryan Schweitzer with the puck, dancing into the middle, and Ryan Lohr there as well. Neither one could get the shot to come through. A nice toe drag move, but he kind of dusted it off maybe one too many times. Pulled the trigger there. It'll be worked up to Bowen. Bowen will dump it into the Honeybaked end, rimming it around behind for Baru. A nice head and shoulder fake there to free the puck up in the corner, and he'll win a puck battle. Following on in help was Goldberg and Luarchuk, but a cross ice feed springs a Honeybaked forward, who's defended off well by the recent Penguin goal scorer before Baru gets to the puck and goes careening into the wall. Honeybaked will get control, work it out front. A shot comes in, nobody covers the rebound again. So a second swipe pots it past the squish tender to tie the game at 2 here in the second. The Penguin forward got to the puck and went crashing into the wall, Baru, and the puck popped right free to a Honeybaked forward who came off the wall under no duress, fired a shot. Squish got the initial rebound up high, like off the chest, and those are hard to deflect for a goaltender to a corner. You'll see what goaltenders, when the shots are low, they'll try to kick it or shovel it with a stick to a corner. But the ones that kind of come up and off the shoulder, the rebound's going to sit clear. And Honeybaked had 2 players in behind the Pens defense, and one of them able to get a stick to it and tap it by. It'll be from the same spot again. Honeybaked winding, firing. That's blocked out front. This time Squish sprawls to get the rebound. He gets the first one, but nobody covers the same player who gets a second swipe at the rebound. So the Penguins with some defensive zone cover issues here right now, and Honeybaked's jumped out to a 3-2 lead. Penguins are letting guys come right off the wall, out in front without pressure. And it's creating havoc right in front of the Penguins' cage. That time 3 shots before one got through. This will trickle wide, a squish. It'll be picked up by Zachi to the corner. He's pressured, and he'll whack it all the way around to the opposite side. Lohr gets deep in the zone to start the breakout attempt. He'll be cut off by a Honeybaked player. Gotten to and wedged up the wall by Foster. Cleared right back in behind the Penguin net for Zachi to get control. Lofted up to Schweitzer. Schweitzer kicks it forward, and the Penguins with a 2-on-1. It's Bloom and Lohr. Bloom carries to the outside. Delayed penalty here as he'll shoot one, and that ends up in the net as well. The shot by Landon Bloom on the delayed penalty. He's shaking, baking, magic making, and the Penguins have tied the game at 3 goals apiece. Back and forth excitement here. Now there's a discussion. So I believe it's going to count. Honeybaked's coaches want a high sticking call, but I don't believe there was. I can actually go back and watch replays here, folks. Driving the net was Lohr. It might have been. It did take an odd bounce and end up in the net. So I can't tell you. I can't tell you if it actually hit that. We've got the puck coming up the wing here. Bloom cuts to the middle. Curls up. Shoots. I think it went off the goalie's glove. The stick was definitely high, but I don't think Lohr made contact. I can see the argument for Honeybaked, especially having had one waved off earlier. But nonetheless, the referee's call is a goal. And we have a 3-3 game here in period number 2, Honeybaked and the Pens Elite. Such excitement here on Cinnamon Swirl TV. Please subscribe below. Honeybaked works the puck into the Pens end where Kubnik will send it back across the blue line. He'll skate right after it, wedging it off the wall, looking at Baru, followed on by Vickers. It's knocked free to Kubnik. Kubnik across the ice to Goldberg. Goldberg curls up, and he'll skate it into the offensive zone where he's pressured from behind and has it swiped away. It's knocked free for Vickers. Vickers will send it all the way into the Honeybaked zone for Goldberg. He leaves a drop pass to Baru that goes past Baru and Vickers all the way to Kubnik, who banks it off the boards into a bit of trouble. Penguins will outnumber Honeybaked along the wall. It'll be knocked into the Penguin zone where Felino will get there, but he's under immediate pressure as Honeybaked takes control and carries it to the corner. A centering pass gathered by Kubnik, and a nice breakout feed to Goldberg, who goes heavy off the glass. He's looking for Baru with speed. He'll get there to puck pressure. But Honeybaked able to get control and work it out through center ice, weaving into the Pens end. Winding, cranking one that sails high over the netting. Over the net, not netting. It'll be a face-off along the wall for Bloom. Now Lohr tripped up on the play, and we're going to have another delayed call. As Bowen gets to it, knocks it forward, but we'll get a slash. Slash the call, and the Pens are going to head to the Sir Pizza, or the Seven Fields Wealth Management power play. 27 headed to the box for Honeybaked. And with 9:51 to play, the turkey's on the table for the flightless birds here. It'll be Bloom, Bowen, Lohr, Zachi, and Dixon. All 3 Penguin goal scorers on the ice for the power play. Face-off one back to Zachi. Steps in, walks down Main Street, taps one over looking for Bloom, and it'll be cleared by Honeybaked. That was a good heads-up play Zachi had the lane to shoot, chose the pass, and never mind the pass. It'll be Lohr getting to it. He'll play it back to Zachi. Zachi sending a cross ice feed to Bowen, who gains the zone, cuts to the middle, and he'll fire one in on the Honeybaked goaltender, who gobbles that up. Speaking of gobbling up, I want to give a shout out to the Embassy Suites for an excellent breakfast this morning. Omelets and French toast, bacon, sausage. Big fan, as they would say on the Double M Mark Madden show. A Pittsburgh hit on the X. Face off one back to Dixon, who lasers one towards the net. Blocker to side where Vickers will pick it up. He'll peel off the wall this time. His shot in off the chest protector and cleared by Honeybaked. See, that's the same play Honeybaked's been making. Vickers makes the same one. This time it's cleared by Honeybaked. It'll be Dixon finding Vickers, who finds the Honeybaked blue line, but no further. It'll be back to Dixon, who steps into the Honeybaked zone. He'll dangle to the middle, twisting and turning, getting it to the backhand where he shovels it in on net to be blocked or kicked aside. Now a shot from Vickers, cleared to the corner by Honeybaked. It'll be Baru getting there. 3-3 period 2 here, as it's carried behind the net by Honeybaked. Penguins on a power play for another 12 seconds as Honeybaked tosses it all the way to the Penguins' end. It'll be Baru getting there. He'll play it back to Dixon. Dixon will go D to D looking for Zachi. It's past his reach. Power play over. So Honeybaked back to 5-on-5, and they control the puck in the Penguins' end. It's behind the cage, and there's the glove of the squish tender. You might not have had a view of it, but I did. They came right from behind the net and hammered one towards the cage, and the glove is there to stop and hold and get a whistle. Penguins will get a line change here. Kumnick and Foster on the backside with Bloom, Schweitzer, and Bowen up front. It's Kumnick with the puck. Off a Honeybaked player right to Schweitzer. Schweitzer taps it to Bloom. Bloom weaving through center, gets it to Schweitzer and over the line on an onside play. He'll drop it. Crashing in is Foster to play it deeper for Schweitzer. He's got it, carrying around behind. Looking. He'll turn. Twisting with the puck, trying to center one. Bloom waves at it, and it's cleared by Honeybaked. Defended by Kumnick at center ice. It'll be dumped into the corner by Honeybaked, where it's rimmed around by Foster. Under pressure is Schweitzer, but Bloom there to support. He banks it off the boards back to Kumnick. Kumnick to Bowen. Bowen out over the Penguins line. Able to get it towards the red line, no icing as it's dumped in. Penguins will get another change. Good, much better quick shifts here for the Penguins in this one. Kumnick back to defend as Honeybaked gains the Penguin line. Vickers on a back check, breaks the play up. Now Luarchuk will get to the puck. Tapping it to the middle off the shoulder of Vickers, followed on by Foster. Foster with a nifty move off the wall. He's got a 2-on-1 developing with Vickers. He opens up, sends it across. Enzo Vickers off the side of the net. A centering pass comes in off the side of the cage. It'll sit on the netting, and it'll create a whistle and a stop in play with 6:42. The Penguins with an excellent 2-on-1 there. Foster able to find Vickers, and Vickers just put it off the outside of the post. Great puck movement on that 2-on-1. Foster with a huge play at center to kind of chip it by and almost hop to the puck. He was flying there. A drop pass by Goldberg, gathered by Foligno. Sent in just wide of the cage. It'll be tracked to the corner by Luarchuk. He'll peel out and center one for Goldberg. His stick's tied up, and it will be Honeybaked getting control. And they're up through center. Up the right wing, into the corner it goes. Dixon defends all the way to the corner. Knocked free, and it'll be Vickers there in support. He's around a Honeybaked forward, and he's got a 3-on-2 now. The beneficiary of a pass on the last 2-on-1. Vickers drives wide, looking. He'll fire one short side, missing the cage. Honeybaked gets control. They'll go up the wall and out the center where Luarchuk breaks things up. Goldberg gets to it. He banks it off the boards to himself and drives the corner. Getting in there, Vickers, a battle occurring as it's rimmed back to the point for Foster's shot. Skips in, cut down by Goldberg, a backhander off the skate of a Honeybaked forward, and Honeybaked's back up ice. That's defended by Foster. Foster off the boards all the way in. No icing, but we'll have an offside call perhaps. Yes, looks like offsides. The faceoff will be outside of the Honeybaked blue line. 3-3 here. Honeybaked and the Pens Elite in an exciting one from the University of Notre Dame. The Compton Family Ice Arena. In the shadows of the Basilica of the Sacred Heart. As Finn Bowen able to weave his way out the center. He's got Schweitzer in the high slot. As he drives in, he's tried to go to Lohr on the backside. That's cut off, cleared up, but not out as it's kept by Foster, who dumps it back to the corner. Overskating it first was a Honeybaked defender. He's able to get back to it. Foster able to keep it back in and find Schweitzer in the corner. A bouncing puck eludes Schweitzer. It'll be rimmed around to be kept by Zachi, who sends one screaming towards the net. Takes a skip and ends up wide of the cage. So Honeybaked back to the puck for a cross-ice feed for Zachi. Zachi goes off the wall trying to find Lohr. It'll be back to the stick of Zachi, who dumps it all the way to the Honeybaked end. Penguins are going to change 4 guys. Honeybaked trying to take advantage of it. They're up through center and onside play. A nice job of coming down the line there by that forward. His shot blocked by stick on puck. A hand pass called here. So the face-off will come outside of the pen zone with 4:02 remaining in the second. Some of these players were able to catch the University of Minnesota taking on Notre Dame last night, right here from the Compton Ice Arena. 5-1 win for the Gophers in a Big Ten matchup of top 10 teams in the country. And that was fun. We're actually staying at the same hotel as the Minnesota hockey team. So a lot of fun there. Puck dislodged. It'll be Kumnik banking it off the wall for Lowarchuk. Lowarchuk able to center one for Goldberg. It's a 2-on-1 again. Goldberg and Baru. Goldberg again. Cross ice feed to Baru. Hit shot in on net. Stopped and covered nicely. Another good odd man rush for the Penguins. That one a nice pass by Goldberg hitting Baru, who was able to get the shot in. As the goalie moved from his right to his left, he was able to close that 5-hole. Bloom on the faceoff. Tapped back to Kumnik. Kumnik down the half wall. Wedges it forward. Still able to get control. Back to the corner it goes. Banked off the boards, and it'll come out the center. Bloom filling for Kumnik on the defensive side, able to angle expertly like he's a trained defenseman. Kumnik back in defensive position, able to loft one out the center where Honeybaked will try to set things up again. A little tap pass to the blue line for a shot that skips wide of the blocker's side to the corner. Kumnik crashing in now. Bloom, Honeybaked controls though to the half wall. Winding and lofting one off the head of Kumnik, it looked like. Kicked at by Lohr. He'll get it with the stick this time and get it out the center, but no further. Honeybaked turned it right back in. Winding, firing. Squish will make that save, and Kumnik gets there for the rebound this time. Banking it off the boards, he'll find Schweitzer. Schweitzer can't get it out of the zone. Foligno unable to get control. Weaving in, a shot in, and it's caught in the belly of the squish tender and held. So more back and forth action here in the second period. In an exciting 3-3 game here from Notre Dame. The CCM Notre Dame Shootout brought to you on Cinnamon Swirl TV, exclusively here on Cinnamon Swirl TV. Puck poked forward, Honeybaked with a shot. Squish there to make the save and dives out for the rebound. Gets a jab, but is able to hold on. Kind of took a stick to the rib cage there. There's no padding there. Squish looks to be okay. It'll be Vickers on the draw. Vickers was directing traffic as the puck gets dropped. Honeybaked wins it, but they're unable to get control. And Baru trying to pop out the center. He's tied up. It'll be a 2-on-1 with Vickers and Goldberg. Goldberg this time will fire one. And he catches the paraphernalia of the Honeybaked goaltender. .2:10 to play in the period here. Offensive zone draw for the Pens. Vickers wins it over to Goldberg. He tries to go back to the point. It's picked off by Honeybaked. It'll be a 3-on-2. Dixon and Zachi back to defend as Honeybaked will work it all the way to the Penguins' corner now behind the net, where a back-checking Baru picks the puck up. Sending a cross-ice feed to Goldberg. It's kept at the blue line. Turned back in by Honeybaked as they try to come right down the middle. It'll be Vickers defending that attempt. Now Zachi. He's off the boards, and Vickers might get loose. Enzo Vickers into the offensive zone. He winds, he fires. It's stopped and covered. As Vickers went crashing into the wall behind the cage. Full speed there. Another excellent scoring chance for the Pens. Just unable to kind of get one by here all of a sudden. Ferocious scoring in the first half of the game. Remember, you can find us citytv.com and on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Honeybaked pops it into the Penguins' end. It's chased down behind by the Pens defenseman Foster. Swiping at it, it's banked off the wall and all the way out to center. Penguins will send a pair of forecheckers. The first one's Lohr. Honeybaked able to avoid it, get it back to the Pens line where Bloom will pick it up. He'll find Dixon. Dixon will Murphy dump it up past Lohr. And Lohr will come by. The Honeybaked player does a bit of interference work, but Lohr able to come through. Centering pass off the stick of Bowen. Swiped and cleared. Not out though. Foster will keep it. With the puck, winding, firing, and then it's off the glove and it gets by! How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? It's Danny Foster from just outside the circles to make it 4-3 Penguins. 47.6 seconds to play in the second period, and the Penguins jump out to a 1-goal lead on the snipe from Foster. Penguins win the draw back to Foligno. He'll work it up to Vickers. Vickers weaving into the Honeybaked end. Pulling it to his forehand. He'll fire one in that's stopped and held as Baru crashes in front, looking for a rebound. Face off one back to Foligno. His shot gobbled up by the Honeybaked goaltender. Another face off. Vickers again. Chopping it over to Baru. Up to the point and around the Penguins' point man, but he is able to dislodge the puck enough. So the Penguins with defenders back as Honeybaked gains the zone. A centering pass. Skips free to a player on the opposite side, and it just has a roll off his stick. Penguins maybe got lucky there. They'll tap it all the way into the Honeybaked end where Vickers will chase it down again. Going full speed, crashing along the boards. Luarchuk in with the pressure. Baru comes crashing in hard to the wall. Penguins are pinned to the wall there. Penguins can kind of learn to get in the scrum while keeping their bodies clear as the clock ticks 0. We'll get a horn. That horn will tell us it's the end of the second period here. And we'll take you to an intermission. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Compton Family Ice Arena for the third period action from the CCM Notre Dame Shootout here at the home of the Fighting Irish. The Penguins win the draw, swiping it across to Bloom to Schweitzer. He'll drive the outside. Looking to center one that's kicked around and sent up the wall. Bloom will get there. Can he keep it in? He can't. Bowen will disrupt the play at center ice, but Honeybaked steps in. Foster there to defend and work it back out to center. Schweitzer unable to get control, so Honeybaked's back the other direction. Pressure from Bloom forces a dump in behind the Penguins' net. It'll be Zachi getting there. Zachi protects the puck, banks it off the boards for Schweitzer. Schweitzer back to the middle, chopping at it is Bowen, kicking at it is Foster, gathering it in is Zachi, and he'll go back off the wall for Bowen again. He can't quite get to it. Kept at the blue line as Honeybaked right there, and a snipe from the corner as Squish was going from his left to his right. Just gets in on the outside of the right pad as the player was left wide open at the hash marks, and we've got another tie game. This has been back and forth. Exciting action here as they've tied the game at 4. A shot coming from the hash marks, beating the goaltender low to the glove hand side as he came from his left to his right. It'll be Vickers out to take the face-off. Penguins had a couple clearing opportunities there and just couldn't get it past the Honeybaked defense, who did a great job keeping the puck in the zone and allowing for that pressure. Early game had Honeybaked with the kind of territorial advantage. I think second period was pretty even. Penguins with a bunch of odd man rushes, though. So let's hope they can get back to that here in the third. As Goldberg winds into the offensive zone. He'll carry it wide, looking to the middle. A centering pass off Luarchuk. Free in front. Nobody can get to it as Vickers crashes in. It'll be Luarchuk in the corner, back to the Kumnik at the point. Penguins have been dangerous with their point shots. That one skips in on net and is kicked to the corner to be cleared by Honeybaked, and back they come through center. Honeybaked into the Penguins' end. A feed across behind the streaking wing on the outside. It'll be Vickers disrupting the play. Kept again by the Honeybaked defense. Foligno gets to the puck, taps it forward, and is able to clear it all the way out to center. Foligno actually driving all the way in, left-hand side, cutting to the net, and he'll be tripped up and knocked down, and we'll get another power play here. So the Pens are going to head to the Seven Fields Wealth Management power play. They have a goal on the power play already. It'll be Lohr, Schweitzer, and Bowen. Bowen with the puck, skipping one just past the blocker side. Puck all the way to the corner where Schweitzer will get it. On the power play, able to step right out in front. Short side shot, defended well by the goaltender. Picked up behind the net and carried all the way to center by Honeybaked. Bowen on the back check as it's a 2-on-2. Swipe to the outside by Zachi. To the corner where Honeybaked will pick it up, weaving through the Penguin zone. Bowen will get there and he'll tap it all the way down, and it'll be an icing if it's far enough, and it is. So the Penguins icing the puck on the power play here. 54 seconds left with the man advantage, and they'll have a defensive zone face-off. Goldberg on the faceoff. He'll be joined by Baru and Luarchuk. Tied up a bit as Kumnik, the defenseman, comes away with it. He wedges it forward right up the wall. Baru will get there, but outnumbered by Honeybaked, so it'll be back to Kumnik again. This time he'll try to carry it up the left. Knocking it all the way to the corner before whacking it towards the net. Around behind it'll come. Baru centers one. There's Foster, who shots off the blocker. A nice feed there by Baru. Another great pass as Baru was knocked down. He was able to get it through. That just eluded the stick of the Penguin forward, and back comes Honeybaked. Defended well by Foster. Off the boards for Luarchuk. Kept in by Honeybaked, even short-handed. They're putting some pressure on the Penguins here. As the time ticks away on the penalty, Honeybaked back to full strength as an offside play at the Pens blue line. Penguins will get a line change. Lohr, Bloom, Schweitzer, Dixon, and Foligno. 11:22 to play in a third period of a tied hockey game here. Who's got it? Who's going to be the hero? Sent to the corner for Foligno. Foligno nudges it further, looking for Dixon. It'll be a centering pass by Honeybaked, cut off by Bloom. Bloom up to Schweitzer. Schweitzer back to Bloom. What a give and go. Bloom looks for Lohr. It's a bouncing puck hopping over his stick. To the corner it goes, where Honeybaked clears it up the wall. Now they've got a 3-on-1. Back checking, reaching out is a defensive play. There is the puck careens up and over. I think that was a diving Schweitzer breaking the play up. Excellent effort by that Penguin forward on the back check. Schweitzer now on the forecheck. He's all over the place. This time he just picks the pocket. Centering pass. He'll find Bloom, but it's just behind him. And back comes Honeybaked. Knocking Bloom down at center, and weaving to the middle come Honeybaked. A big kick save by Squish, who's knocked into the net. He's down. He's potentially injured as he was crashed into by a Honeybaked forward. The Squish tender with no stick. That's been a theme here as he's been mauled in back-to-back games. Squish able to get his stick back as a shot will come in from the point and skip wide of the net. Dixon to the puck. Battled for in the corner. Wedged up the wall. It'll be Schweitzer. Schweitzer carrying it wide, getting to the hash mark and getting a dump and change. Again, Penguins doing a much better job today with the shift lengths. Yesterday, a couple shifts got a little long, and it cost us. As Baru tied up on the play. It'll be freed up to Goldberg, though. Now Baru as he banks it off the boards for Vickers. Somebody's got to drive the net here for Enzo. Baru's in the high slot. Zachy at the point. Honeybaked will get control and fire it out to the neutral ice, where Zachy will find Baru. Swiping at it at center is Goldberg, but it's an offside play. 4-4 tie here. Cinnamon's World TV. Your cameraman today is Rob Schweitzer. And producer and play-by-play by Jeremy Evans here on Cinnamon Swirl TV. Thank you, all of you joining us live. Also, those of you watching on replay later. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe below. Zachy with the puck. A D-to-D play to Foster. Foster will swipe it all the way to the Honeybaked end, where it'll be an icing. It's 20 minutes after 1 o'clock in the afternoon from South Bend, Indiana. 4-4 tie. Pens lead Honeybaked. 8:57 to play in the third period. Puck wedged free. It'll be Goldberg with it. Up through center. He's got Baru with him. And Baru will be just offside at the blue line. Bloom on the draw. Controlled by Honeybaked. They'll gain the Penguins' end under pressure from Lohr. Lohr knocked to the ice. Zachy stood up in the corner. Honeybaked on top with the puck. Zachy gets right back in the play, though. Able to get control along the wall. Swipe that and taken by Honeybaked. A feed right to the middle. A shot comes in. Squish there with the save. Cleared by Bloom. The defenseman getting into that dangerous high slot area. Nice play there. Bowen will get the puck. He's knocked down on the play. It's kept in by Honeybaked. Swiping at it once, twice, both off of Bloom. Cleared to neutral ice by Bowen. A D-to-D play almost picked off by Lore. Instead, will get to that defenseman and turn him back the other way. A pass intended for the wing eludes him, and it's into the Penguin zone for Zachy. Zachy will find Foster. Foster to Lore. Lore going cross ice looking for Bowen. Puck hops over Bloom's stick. Now Foster with it. He'll wind it all the way to the Honeybaked end, and the Pens will get a line change. Picked up behind the cage by Honeybaked as the Penguins, Luarchuk on the forecheck. Honeybaked able to work it to the left-hand side of the Penguin zone before a cross-ice pass is out of the reach of the Honeybaked forward, defended by Foligno. Puck is wedged up the wall, can't get control. It'll be Vickers knocked down along the wall, up for Luarchuk. Luarchuk has a streaking Baru. He gets it to him, but it just takes a bounce kind of off the mid-shaft of the stick and is turned over to Honeybaked. Foligno had a chance, couldn't get control. Now it'll be Kumnik. Kumnik will go off the wall, picking it up himself. He'll dump it in as he takes a bit of a bump at the blue line. In behind is Honeybaked. They'll rim it around to start a breakout, pressured by Vickers, supported by Baru. Baru able to kind of pluck the puck away. Centering one, and the bouncing biscuit rolls in on net. And two players are going to head off. It'll be Baru for the Penguins. And 97. Double roughing Miners. So we'll continue with 5-on-5 action. 6:47 to play. Bloom to take the draw. Wins it to the offensive corner. Leaves it for Schweitzer. Schweitzer trying to go back to Bloom. There's a little twist and turn. He's able to kind of get it there, but it's picked off. And back comes Honeybaked. Bowen on the back check, making it a 3-on-3 as they gain the zone. Zachy gives a bit of ground. Winding, cutting in. A backside, a pad save by Squish. Cleared by Bloom. Possessed by Zachy. And he'll wind it all the way to the Honeybaked blue line, where Bowen will send it all the way deep into the Honeybaked end. Bloom on the floor check. Two players down behind the net as Honeybaked dislodges it to the corner. A cross ice feed gets the whole way there, and Honeybaked gains the Pens zone on a 3-on-3. Shot blocked by Bowen, bouncing puck cleared by Bloom. Up the wall to Bowen, who twists it, can't get it out the center the first time, but the second time he can. Schweitzer on the forecheck, able to pull away with the puck, cutting into the middle. He's knocked and sent flying into the wall. No call on the play. Honeybaked back to the Penguin blue line. Now that was these referees putting the whistles away here, letting the players decide it on the ice. It'll be Goldberg behind his back off the wall, tried to pick it up on the other side. It's intercepted, and back comes Honeybaked 3-on-2. 3-on-3 with the back check of Vickers and a blocker side stop by Squish, putting it to the corner. Honeybaked first one's there. Waving at it, the Penguins able to get it to the blue line, not out. Out the second time, so we'll get an offside play. 5 minutes left. Baru released from the sin bin. Vickers, Goldberg, Luarchuk, Foster, and Kumnik. In a 4-4 tie. Third period, 5 minutes to play. Foster will get there. He'll rim it around up the wall looking for Goldberg. His pressure at the point frees it up. He goes heavy off the glass for a streaking Luarchuk. If it's too far, it'll be icing, and it is. With 4:42. The face-off will come all the way back to the Penguins' end. It'll be Bloom to take the draw. He wins it back to Foster. Foster will win that battle, but his clearing attempt is picked off. Winding in front, and a shot goes high over the blocker side of the squish tender to give Honeybaked the lead. Schweitzer leans over the dot, nudges it forward, and the Pens need to get one back here as now they trail 5-4 in what's been a back and forth game. Shot high to the blocker side, Squish unable to get the blocker to it, and it gets by. He's gonna want that one back. Defended by Kumnick, followed on by Bowen. He crashes into the wall, Honeybaked comes free with it. A shot off the side of the cage, rebound sent back the other side, and nobody there to pick up the player. Honeybaked drives it right back into the Penguins' end. Sorry for the delay there, folks. Luarchuk up the wall, sent back in by Honeybaked. Centering pass comes free. Squish there to make the save. Kick the other one to the side of the net. Picked up still by Honeybaked. Another centering pass. This one picked off by Goldberg. Off the stick of Luarchuk. Swipe that, and the Pens can't clear. Honeybaked putting on more pressure with a 2-goal lead. Tripped up in front is Bowen. Dixon, and we're going to get a Penguin power play here. A cross check on Lohr. Frees up the puck. Penguins will get tied up along the wall. It's kicked free. It'll be Zachi. Zachi to Schweitzer. Schweitzer to the Honeybaked zone. Possessing to the wall. Finding Bloom. Knocked off of his stick. Cutting in front. Bloom, though, able to keep the battle alive, and he'll come off the wall with it. He's got Lohr. Cutting in, weaving, shooting one, looking 5-hole. Puck is loose. It'll be Schweitzer sending it just wide of the cage. I'm sorry, that was Zachi, I believe. No, Schweitzer, I was right. A wraparound attempt. That one cut off at the post. And covered. 46 seconds left on the Penguin power play here. 2:28 to play in the period. The third period, it's 6-4, Honeybaked leads. Vickers to take the faceoff. Back to Foster at the point. Sending one towards the net. Vickers tried to send it cross crease to Goldberg. This one in front. There's Vickers, and he'll tap it in and make it a 1-goal game. A Seven Fields Wealth Management power play goal by Enzo Vickers on the backdoor feed from Grayson Baru. And with 2:16 to play, the Penguins trail by 1. Face-off tap back to Felino. He'll go off the boards looking for Baru. It comes through. Vickers with the pressure, but it's sent back by Honeybaked, and they're into the zone 3-on-2. Penguins F3 there, just waiting at the blue line. The Honeybaked able to send it back in. You got to want to play 200 feet, boys. It'll be Goldberg into the offensive zone with the puck. He'll fire one and stick on puck. Deflects up high over the cage. Gathered in by Honeybaked. They'll come up the ice 2-on-2. The back checkers this time are Baru and Vickers. They do a great job of breaking the play up. Freeing things up for Felino to find Baru. Baru over to Goldberg. Bouncing puck. He'll gather it in and bring it in the right-hand side. Cutting around one player, winding, firing his shot, kicked out, wrap around attempt, and he'll tuck it in! Spinning around behind the net is Vegas Golden Nate. He doubles down on 11 every time. Vegas Golden Nate with the wraparound to tie the game at 6 with 1:17 to play here in the third period. The Penguins have come storming back to tie the game. Zachi to Bowen, dislodged, sent to the Penguin blue line. It'll be Honeybaked putting it back in the Penguin end. Dixon sending it back. Now Dixon again. This time he finds Schweitzer. The whistle has blown, and the referee is going to indicate an offside play. 1:01 to play. Bloom taps it forward. Schweitzer tries to get there. It's knocked off of his stick and sent into the corner by Honeybaked. Zachi to the puck. Unable to come off. It comes out in front. Sent back to the point. Stepping in, winding, firing, and there's Squish with a glove save and a beauty. .8 seconds left. Defensive zone draw, 6-6 game. Penguins have stormed back in the last 2 minutes to tie it. Another centering feed. This one will come back to the point again. Another shot blocked by Bowen. Right in front, spinning one in on net. Kicked aside to the safety behind the net where it's cleared by Foster. Picked up by Schweitzer. He'll overskate a bit. Foster will get there. He'll loft it all the way up in the air. Bat it out of the air. Following on is Bloom. It'll be a 2-on-1. He's got Bowen with him. He's got Schweitzer trailing. He'll wind, he'll fire. He looked at the corner and blocker side and just missed. Bowen tied up along the wall. Honeybaked back out the center. A dumped puck. It's icing. No, it's not going to be icing as the clock will tick away. And some bodies hit the floor at the end of this one. A 6-6 tie. Honeybaked and the Pens elite. Join us again back here 5:10 this evening as the Penguins are going to take on CompuWare. Penguins and CompuWare later on today, 5:10 from the University of Notre Dame.